President Chavez was first elected as president of Venezuela in 1998 and last elected as president shortly before his death. In between times, he won more elections and referenda than any other politician on the planet. He was the most elected politician on the planet, but still his North American neighbor described him as a dictator, proving a point that I have made here many times, that they are in favor of democracy as long as the people vote according to what they like, as opposed to their own interests. And Hugo Chavez's time in office transformed the interests of the great majority of Venezuelan people. Sure, the richest and greediest of the Venezuelans hated him, but the mass of the people had every reason to be grateful for his victories. He used the great oil wealth that Venezuela has been blessed with to utterly transform the political, social, and economic landscape. He made literate huge swathes of Venezuelan society that could not read or write before. He made healthy huge swathes of Venezuelan society that had no access to health care before. He built universities by the score. He built schools and housing for the poor. He redistributed the wealth of his country in favor of the mass, the poor, struggling working people on the land and in the factories and in the barrios and in the towns and cities of Venezuela. That is why he won those victories. He knew that Venezuela was not an island alone, that it was located in Latin America, and he worked tirelessly for unity amongst the Latin American people. And he knew that Latin America was not an island alone. So he cared about what happened, for example, to the people of Iraq, to the people of Lebanon, to the people, above all, of Palestine. He was the only leader in the world who expelled the Israeli ambassador from his capital in 2006 in protest at the horrific invasion of this country, Lebanon, by the US-backed so-called Israeli armed forces. And he never allowed the Israeli ambassador back again. He made Venezuela a beacon for Palestinian people, allowing them into his country without visas, without papers, and even giving them Venezuelan nationality. He knew that the world was round. He knew what side he was on in the great ceaseless struggle between the powerful and the powerless.